Seniors across the country are starting their mornings with something that seems innocent, something that may even feel healthy. But what if I told you that just one drink, one sip, taken in the first hour after waking up, could be silently damaging your liver and worse? What if the ingredients inside that glass are ones you've been told are good for you your whole life? Could your daily morning ritual actually be setting the stage for fatigue, weight gain, brain fog, and even liver disease? What are the 8 specific ingredients causing the most harm, and why are they especially dangerous for people over 60? You'll find out everything in this video. If you're serious about protecting your health and making smart choices, hit the subscribe button right now. I promise, what you'll learn today might change how you look at your morning forever. Let's talk honestly. As we age, our bodies change in ways we never expected. Digestion slows down. Our metabolism isn't what it used to be. Even the liver, a powerhouse that detoxifies everything we put in, starts to work less efficiently. It's not your fault. It's just biology. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite this natural decline, the average senior consumes more sugar, more preservatives, and more so-called health drinks than ever before. And many of these are disguised in the form of the one thing most of us reach for first thing in the morning: juice. That's right. Whether it's orange juice, a green superfood blend, or a fancy smoothie that costs more than your lunch, what's in that glass can be either your liver's best friend or its silent enemy. And the problem is that no one talks about this. It doesn't show up overnight. You don't feel it happening. But inside your liver, a slow, steady process begins the moment that drink hits your system. A buildup of fat, a spike in insulin, an inflammatory response. These things don't cause pain in the early stages. That's why they go unnoticed, but they matter a lot. The liver is an incredible organ. It regenerates. It filters your blood. It balances your hormones. It manages over 500 functions. But the catch is, it's also sensitive, especially to sugar, especially to chemicals, and especially to the sneaky ingredients that find their way into your morning drinks. That's where we begin. Fructose is the first offender. It's the sugar found in fruit, but also in high fructose corn syrup. When you eat an apple, the fiber slows the absorption of sugar, but when you drink juice, even 100% juice, you strip that fiber away. What you're left with is a concentrated hit of fructose, and your liver takes the full blow. Unlike glucose, which can be used by almost every cell in your body, fructose is metabolized almost entirely by the liver. That means every time you sip a fruit juice, or worse, a processed fruit smoothie, you're asking your liver to do all the work. Over time, this can lead to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, insulin resistance, and increased triglycerides. But it doesn't stop there, because the story gets even more alarming when you look at what's been added to these drinks. Many of the morning wellness shots and health smoothies marketed to older adults contain ingredients like agave syrup, maltodextrin, or natural flavors. Let's unpack those. Agave syrup sounds healthy. It's plant-based, right? But did you know that agave contains more fructose per gram than high fructose corn syrup? That's a liver time bomb. Maltodextrin? It's often used to make drinks creamier or improve texture. But this highly processed carbohydrate spikes blood sugar faster than table sugar. And then we have natural flavors. What does that even mean? In most cases, it's a cocktail of lab-created additives that manufacturers aren't required to disclose in detail. That's legal, and that's concerning. Now, here's where it becomes especially important for seniors. As we age, our insulin sensitivity decreases. Our ability to detoxify slows, so these spikes in sugar and the burden on the liver don't get handled the way they used to. That means the same drink that a 25-year-old might metabolize with ease could cause inflammation, fatigue, or even liver stress in someone over 60. And yet, we see headlines all the time telling you to drink a glass of orange juice to boost vitamin C, or start your day with a green drink for energy and gut health. The intention is good. The science is not. Because when you zoom in on what these drinks really contain, beyond the shiny labels, you find things like ascorbic acid, a synthetic form of vitamin C that doesn't absorb as well, added sugars hidden under names like cane juice or fruit, concentrate, and emulsifiers like polysorbates that disrupt your gut lining and trigger an immune response. Let's go even deeper. Some so-called healthy breakfast drinks include protein powders. Sounds helpful, right? Protein is good. But many of these powders contain added gums, artificial sweeteners, and even heavy metals like arsenic, cadmium, and lead. Yes, you heard that right. In fact, a study by the Clean Label Project found that over 70% of protein powders tested contained detectable levels of heavy metals. And again, your liver is the one that has to filter that out. So ask yourself, what's really in your glass each morning? Do you know? Or are you relying on a label and a promise? Now here's another twist. Even unsweetened almond milk, a favorite among health-conscious seniors, often contains carrageenan, a thickener linked to inflammation and gut issues. And where there's inflammation, there's stress on the liver. If your immune system is in a constant state of alert, your liver works overtime. Combine that with age-related decline, and you've got the perfect storm. Are you starting to see the pattern? It's not just about sugar. It's about a combination of ingredients that, when consumed daily, quietly erode the liver's resilience. And here's the scary part. Liver damage rarely shows up in early symptoms. You don't wake up one day feeling liver pain. What you do feel is tired. You gain weight around the belly. Your skin might look dull. You notice you're more forgetful than usual. All of this? It could be your liver struggling. That brings us to a common question I hear all the time. If it's fruit-based, how can it be bad for me? Great question. And the answer lies in the way food is processed. A piece of fruit is a whole food. It contains fiber, water, enzymes, components that balance each other out. Juice, on the other hand, is extracted, concentrated, and often stored in containers that degrade nutrients. Over time, what you're drinking may look natural, but inside, it's a glucose and fructose cocktail stripped of its original balance. And then we come to the newest trend in morning beverages, functional drinks with adaptogens, nootropics, and exotic superfoods. Sounds exciting, right? But take a closer look. Many of these rely on caffeine, sugar alcohols, and synthetic blends that haven't been thoroughly studied, especially in older populations. Remember, just because something is new or comes in a colorful bottle doesn't mean it's safe. For a senior with a slower metabolism, a questionable combination of stimulants and additives is a recipe for hormonal disruption, dehydration, and liver stress. So what should you drink in the morning? That's the good news. You have options. Hydrating with water, especially warm water with a bit of lemon, gently stimulates digestion and supports the liver without any harmful additives. Herbal teas like dandelion or milk thistle have been shown in studies to support liver detoxification pathways. If you enjoy smoothies, try making your own with whole vegetables, a small handful of berries, and healthy fats like chia or flaxseed. Focus on whole, unprocessed ingredients and skip anything that's marketed as low-fat, fortified, or naturally flavored. These terms are often red flags. Now let's pause for a moment. If you've made it this far, you might be wondering, how do I even begin to undo the damage? And that's a powerful question, because the truth is, the liver can regenerate if you give it the right environment. The body is incredibly resilient, but it starts with awareness. It starts with removing the daily toxins, like those hidden in your morning drink. The transformation doesn't happen overnight, but when you cut out the damaging ingredients and support your liver with the right choices, energy comes back, sleep improves, your belly shrinks, even your mind feels sharper. And here's the kicker. The people who make these drinks, the companies who profit from the confusion, are betting that you'll never look past the label. They're counting on habits. They're counting on slogans. But now, you know the truth. You know how to turn things around. If you're over 50 and your joints ache when you get out of bed, go upstairs or just try to enjoy a walk. It's not your age, and it's not your fault. The real issue? Your body's running out of a natural substance that cushions your joints like a shock absorber. And most supplements out there, glucosamine, collagen, all of it, don't fix this. But now, researchers have discovered a breakthrough that can actually restore what your joints are missing. And people in their 60s, 70s, even 80s are seeing real relief. If you're feeling stiff, sore, or weaker lately, stop guessing. Check the link in the pinned comment now. And here's where things really get personal. Because it's not just what you drink, it's what you believe about what you drink. For decades, we've been conditioned to associate certain ingredients with health. We've been told that anything with fruit is healthy, that energy boosting means good for you, that natural is safe. But when you dig into the science, when you see what those ingredients actually do inside the body, especially an aging body, you realize the marketing doesn't match the biology. Let's look at one ingredient that's probably sitting in your fridge right now: fruit concentrate. It sounds better than sugar. It even sounds nutritious, but fruit concentrate is a form of processed sugar, stripped of fiber, concentrated down to just the fructose and glucose. And the worst part? It's allowed in products labeled as no added sugar. Think about that. A drink could be loaded with fruit concentrate, and the label can still legally claim no added sugar. That's why many seniors unknowingly consume 3, 4, even 5 times the recommended amount of sugar before lunch, just from drinks. And this flood of sugar, it doesn't give you energy. It gives you a quick high followed by a crash, and each crash puts stress on your adrenal system, spikes your cortisol, and burdens your liver. Do this every day, and it becomes chronic. So let's talk about what that stress actually looks like. Maybe you've noticed your energy dips around 11 a.m., even though you had a healthy breakfast smoothie. Maybe you've had more digestive issues lately, like bloating or irregularity. Maybe your doctor told you your liver enzymes are a little high, but didn't explain why. These are all signs. These are the whispers from your body that something's not right. The liver processes toxins, hormones, and blood sugar. When it's overloaded, even slightly, it can't keep up. That leads to fat accumulation in the liver. It leads to higher LDL cholesterol. It contributes to insulin resistance. And in seniors, these things don't stay isolated. They ripple outward. They affect your heart, your brain, your joints, your immune system. But here's the opportunity, because once you understand what to avoid, you can make simple swaps that change everything. Let's revisit those 8 silent ingredients that are often hiding in morning drinks. We already talked about fructose and fruit concentrate. Agave syrup is another. It's marketed as a low glycemic sweetener, but that's only because it bypasses your blood sugar and hits your liver directly. That might be even worse. Then we have artificial sweeteners like sucralose and aspartame. These don't spike blood sugar, sure, but they've been linked to gut microbiome disruption and glucose intolerance, especially in older adults. Your gut is the command center of your immune system. Disrupt it, and everything becomes harder: losing weight, fighting infections, even thinking clearly. Next up, emulsifiers like carrageenan and polysorbate 80. These are used to make drinks look smooth and creamy, but they've been shown in animal studies to promote inflammation and alter gut permeability, and that means your liver ends up dealing with more toxins that should have been blocked by your gut. Let's not forget synthetic vitamins. Many of these drinks are fortified with vitamins that sound good: vitamin D2, folic acid, ascorbic acid. But here's what they don't tell you: these forms are often poorly absorbed, and worse, they can create imbalances. For example, folic acid, the synthetic form of vitamin B9, can build up in the blood if not properly metabolized, especially in seniors with certain genetic variations. That's not support, that's a strain. Another sneaky ingredient: industrial seed oils. Some protein drinks and morning meal replacements include soybean oil or sunflower oil for texture, but these oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which in excess promote inflammation, and that inflammation hits your liver, your heart, and your joints. And finally, caffeine. Not caffeine from your morning coffee, that's a different story, but the high-dose, synthetic caffeine added to so-called energy drinks. When mixed with sugar and other stimulants, this creates a surge of adrenaline and cortisol. That's like waking your liver up with a punch. Not a good way to start the day. So now you know the 8: fructose, fruit concentrate, agave syrup, artificial sweeteners, emulsifiers, synthetic vitamins, seed oils, and synthetic caffeine. These are the culprits hiding in your healthy drink. And they're especially harmful to seniors, not just because your liver is aging, but because your belief that these drinks are good for you keeps you from questioning them. But let's pivot. Let's talk about real energy, real clarity, real vitality. And it starts with removing these hidden stressors and supporting the liver instead of overwhelming it. Hydration is the foundation. Start your morning with filtered water, not juice. Add lemon for vitamin C and gentle stimulation of the liver's detox enzymes. A sprinkle of sea salt adds electrolytes, especially important for seniors who often deal with low sodium levels or dehydration. Then give your liver what it actually needs. Nutrients like choline, found in eggs, glutathione precursors, found in cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, and healthy fats, from avocado, olive oil, and fatty fish. These help your liver do its job, breaking down hormones, detoxifying the blood, and supporting metabolism. And don't forget about movement. Even a short walk in the morning increases circulation to the liver and boosts bile flow, helping it flush out toxins. Movement is medicine, especially for the liver. Here's what's beautiful about this process. The changes are subtle but powerful. When you cut out that sugary morning drink, your blood sugar stabilizes. Your liver gets a break. You stop riding the highs and lows of energy crashes. You sleep better. You wake up clearer. Your belly feels less bloated. And maybe, just maybe, your doctor tells you that your liver enzymes are finally back in range. It doesn't take fancy supplements or expensive powders. It just takes awareness, consistency, and the willingness to question what you've always been told. So I'll leave you with this. Tomorrow morning, when you go to reach for that glass, whatever's in it, ask yourself one thing. Is this going to heal me or hurt me? Your liver has been working hard for decades. Give it a break. Give it the support it deserves. And if you're ready to take the next step in learning how your everyday choices can build, not break, your health, stick around. There's another video on screen right now that dives even deeper into the foods silently damaging your energy, your memory, and your longevity. Click it now. You'll be amazed by what you didn't know.